Peace and prosperity to all living beings within range of my divine voice. It is Apatah. We are here again in nature, connecting with nature to provide a loving, peaceful experience to everyone viewing. EJ Boss, peace and prosperity to you. So good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate everyone coming in, tapping the screen, getting their daily heart me's, sharing the live. Thank you so much for being here, brother. I'm actually just getting ready. We just getting started, so I'm gonna send out a couple invites to some loved ones real quick. Be just a second while I do so. How are you this evening, brother? I hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Just gonna send out a few invites real fast. Thank you so much for being here, tapping the screen, sharing the live. I appreciate you. I'm just sending out a few invites real fast. Won't take me but a few more seconds. All right. Got those invites out. Thank you so much for being here, brother. I appreciate you. We are here in nature as always. It's raining today, so I'm not going to be able to go deep into the little swamp area that we usually go into. Just give y'all a little look. See, the water is up a little bit higher than it was last time I was out there, so not the best for me to go into it this time. My brother Hawaii, peace and prosperity to you. Thank you so much for getting your heart, me brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the gifts, brother. I appreciate you. So you can probably barely tell. I'm gonna step into it a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. But the water is up way too high for me to go in there tonight. Way too high for me to go in there tonight. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you so much. I really do. So we're gonna have to stand out of it today, which kind of rough because it's raining and it's literally like no cover out here. Gang, it's literally like no real cover out here. So like I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to stay out. Hopefully we can get a little bit of hopefully the rain's actually, you know what? The rain just slowed down. Well, a little bit. Leaning up against this tree helping a lot too. Peace and prosperity, brother. Thank you so much for the gift, EJ. Hey Cindy, peace and prosperity to you. So good to see you. You say it's snowing over there? Hey, thankful, peace and prosperity to you. Man. Hey, that's JB. Peace and prosperity to you. Man, snowing over there. It's trying to snow here, but it ain't quite cold enough. It's like teetering around the 40s. So, it's got to drop down. Hey, big money, peace and prosperity to you. Hey, Mark, so good to see you, man. Thanks so much for coming in. So, it's got to be in like the about 33 to 34 degrees or a little under for it to snow. So it's like it's cold rain coming down right now, but I can tell it wants to snow. It just ain't got enough temperature to do it yet. We'll see what happens overnight. I'm actually going to be driving out that way. I got to head to Missouri. So I'm going to be driving right past Chicago tomorrow afternoon. I'll be driving right past you guys. Yeah, I do. I got all type of stuff in the truck to keep me warm just in case of whatever. It's just kind of part of the trade at this point. Ellie, peace and prosperity to you. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate having you here. Hey, D415, Alberto Gomez, David Perez, peace and prosperity to y'all. Thank you so much, Ellie, for getting your daily heart me the taps. I appreciate you. As you can see, I made you one of my moderators. I appreciate you. I thought that I was hoping, that that you wouldn't mind being one of my moderators. I really appreciate you, Ellie. You know, I trust you here to that point and that level, your discernment as well. Mike C, peace and prosperity to you. Are we? That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I love you, Ellie. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, one of my two mods, I appreciate you so much. We out here in the rain tonight, and I wanted to talk about some things I've seen trending in the searches recently. As a content creator, they always talk to us about going through and take a look at the searches that other content creators are doing, other followers are doing, things like that. And of course, I've seen a lot about love and different activities involving that recently. And I was just wanted to, you know, kind of state the obvious about that. A lot of us want love and relationships without doing the inner work. And this may not apply to anyone directly here. Hey, Miss Education, peace and prosperity to you. Oh, that's Brittany. Brittany, you sounded so great on that piano. Brittany, I was bragging about you yesterday. You sounded amazing on that piano. I was so thankful to be in there to listen to that. I was uh I was working at the time. Well, somebody could tell her in the chat what I do for work if she don't know. So I couldn't like type in response, but I was listening. And man, it sounded great, Brittany. Your music sounded great. You played those two original songs of yours. I loved every second of it. I loved every second of it. Thank you so much for coming on there and sharing that. That was beautiful. It was beautiful, Brittany. I'm happy I came by. I was so happy to be there. It was so refreshing and beautiful to see. I I'm speaking about love today and romance and things like that. And of course, you are so welcome, Brittany. Thank you so much. And like the thing I want to talk about, that a lot of us, and again, I don't necessarily know if or feel like necessarily the people here have that issue, but for those listening, for the millions of people who may watch this replay, you are going to attract whatever it is you're doing. So if you're looking for love, you need to put out love. If you're looking for wealth, you need to put out wealth. You need to make sure that the universe is reflecting upon you as far as what it's going to offer you and what it brings in. Because otherwise, you're going to attract something else. So if you're looking for someone out of desperation, or if you're looking for someone out of fear or worries, you're going to attract that energy more so than love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Somebody tell her to chat, so I ain't gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I could say I'm a trucker. I'm a truck driver. So we'll just say I was busy at the time that you were playing the piano the other day. I was busy. I couldn't type, but I was listening. I was listening loud and clear. It was beautiful. So for those who know, I like to call it exercising when I'm online. I can't talk about it because TikTok has its rules. Hey Jimmy, peace and prosperity to you. Thank you so much for being here. And so we like the code word exercise in certain terminology, without having to say exactly what I was doing. But it was beautiful. I enjoyed listening so much. Thank you so much. Everyone, thank you so much for getting your likes, tapping the screen. Yeah, yeah, Ellie know what I'm talking about. We gotta talk in code sometime. But I want people again to recognize we are attracting whatever it is that we're doing. A lot of people do want wealth, peace, and prosperity. A lot of people want wealth, simply put, because it brings freedom, especially in a world like this where you have the wealthy doing, some wild, crazy things right now. You know, it doesn't necessarily inspire their moral activity, but the freedom to do some wild, tacky, delirious type of activities without being penalized for it, even in some cases not being penalized by law, can be attractive to some because again, it represents freedom. So a lot of us who are looking to bring in wealth, a lot of us are looking to bring in love because maybe we already have some freedom and we're looking to have someone to share it with, someone to spend that time with. But again, if we're attracting that energy based on the lower frequencies, if we're attracting that energy because we're worried about this, worried about that, we need help, we feel like somebody can come along and make our lives better, things like that, you're not gonna attract the person you want. You're gonna attract somebody who's gonna test you. You're gonna attract somebody who is going to bring out something in you that you need to work on in order to get to that higher level, which could be a great and wonderful thing, I assure you. I just see a frog. Y'all know I got ADHD. I'm tripping. I'm not tripping, but. It don't take nothing but a little bit of movement to distract me. So excuse me, y'all. But I want people to understand that because I see a lot of people again talking about it. Listen, listen. I want to, bro. You ain't gotta tell me twice. Let's see if we can get them. I gotta find them now. Hold on. It was just underneath some of these leaves. It was just underneath some of these leaves. Thank you so much, Ellie. I love you. I appreciate you. Well, you know this is Michigan, and you know how you in Illinois, you already recognize and understand. Like some of our animals, our wildlife, they used to the cold. They used to the cold. You know what I'm saying? And you talking about the weather is not doing what it's really supposed to do. I don't want to get too deep into that topic too. Hey, Auntie, so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. So you know that a frog ain't gonna be cold in Michigan. They used to it. They used to it. It's nothing here. They definitely do adapt to it. Absolutely. But yeah, I want people who are looking for things to try to bring that out of themselves first. You know, if you're wealthy, if excuse me, if you are looking for somebody wealthy, you want to make sure you're wealthy. If you want to look for somebody who's emotionally stable, you want to make sure you're emotionally stable. All these different aspects get lost sometimes because so many of us are looking to, as I always say, get a gourmet meal out of the microwave. You know, they want to get a gourmet meal out of the microwave. So it's like, let me see. Ellie will let you undo your own comment. See, this is crazy. Why is it filtering the comment like that? TikTok could be mad at me, man. Like, who is this man on here always talking about love, peace, and prosperity? Shut them down. They won't even let me unfilter your comment, Ellie. Not Ellie, but DJ Hawaii. No, no, you did. You didn't. That ain't your fault. Did it zoom in? It's because it's water on the phone. It's raining. It's coming down pretty good still. We got all we got all these different distractions and wonderful things going on. We got frogs jumping around all over the place that I can't find. We got the rain coming down. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand, Brittany. But you know, ever since it became Face Talk, things have been different. But I feel like they snuck some more updates in with that last scare that they just had realistically not too long ago. And I want to say for the last 2 to 3 weeks, like I've had to uncensor people telling me they love me. I'm like, well, why would TikTok need me to approve a comment that says I love you? You know, pray, anything positive, anything remotely beautiful and positive, they have been censoring it. And thankfully, I know I'm not crazy because I was in Mindset Matters. For everyone here who knows Mindset Matters, I was in her chat hanging out with her, and she was saying the same things. And you know, she does her research on everything, so she didn't have an answer per se to exactly why they were doing it. But there, we're not the only ones. They seem to be going after the positive, loving comments all of a sudden. Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with caps or none of that. It's literally just whatever TikTok is on right now that got them doing stuff like that. So, but either way, you know, we work it with it because as crazy as it sounds, I still love TikTok. I do. I can't front. You know, this is still the only app that was created for us to do what we're doing now, which is actually have memorable exchanges with each other. Hey, Lily, peace and prosperity to you. And to talk about that a little bit more in detail, respectfully, you know, when Facebook was first created, um, you had to have like you know a college email to get on there because you had to be a college student and things like that. And then you know back then they still had like the MySpace and stuff like that. But all those apps, Instagram, everything else, all those apps was created for data collection. They were created for data collection. For y'all who don't know, that is quite literally, this is like my super birthday twin here. And she is one of my four pillars. Y'all hear me use the term four pillars. I have four earth goddesses who watch out for me in this realm, and she is one of them. Um, this is somebody I love and trust at the highest level. Follow her if you're looking for any. Interestingly enough, Lily, I was talking about love earlier, and I was explaining about how we have to put out what we want. And if you're looking for love readings, if you're looking for love understanding, this is the lady to talk to. Hey, Jesse, peace and prosperity to you. Please follow her. I assure you, her energy is is more than worthy of being considered my twin. All right, this is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, and it's for a reason. You know, she's a wonderful, amazing person. So follow her. But let me get back to what I was saying too. Like Meta, Instagram, they all were created for data collection. For data collection, meaning that you give. Thank you so much, Jesse, and you're welcome, Lily. I appreciate it. You know, I mean it. They were created for data collection, meaning that we provide them information for a database. This has all been proven. This is not pseudoscience. This is not um, conspiracy. This is all factual information. The CIA, the FBI, they all worked together when it came to Facebook in order to collect data on all their users. And they've been doing it for years. They literally uh, reinvented that whole process of being able to have people voluntarily give their information. After 9/11 and after some other things that took place, that was how the United States government collected information on people, was through Facebook. So despite all the changes and adjustments that Facebook and Instagram have tried to make since TikTok came out to try to adjust, they were never built to reap in the type of benefits, the type of rewards, the type of sales, the type of attention that TikTok had. We'll be here, Brittany. Hey, Ardelia, peace and prosperity to you. They was never built for that type of retention. They were never built for that. So this app, oddly enough, was built for creation. This app was built for communication. There's features here that was invented as social media that we never really saw anywhere else, that literally influenced and encouraged people to talk to each other, to communicate with each other. The idea of being able to make a video to reply to somebody who leave a comment on your page, um, the way the chat is set up to be able to give gifts and actually interact with the host, you know, like when you go on YouTube live, shout out to YouTube. When you go on YouTube live, there's not a lot of ways of interacting on there. You can tap the screen, you can send us a super chat, but realistically, that's nowhere near as fun or as interactive as it is here. The options of gifts and the things we're able to do, because again, this app was made to communicate with each other. This app was made in order to share with each other, to create. So even after, this current Facebook takeover that we're noticing right now, it's still as an app that was built for creation. So even as they start to try to migrate it towards the apps that was made for gathering information, it still has that creation aspect about it that we all love and appreciate. We can still come here and communicate at a high level. I expect that whatever changes they make, that it's still going to have a lot of that, but it's going to be a lot more difficulties like the ones we're talking about now in regards to the censoring of the comments and things of that nature. Because realistically, if this app was under their control in the first place, it would have been a way more censoring than a lot of people have complained about. It would have been a way more of it. But either way, we have to just understand like that's how it was all set up in the first place. Like none of the things that's happening right now are a surprise to me. There's been way too many breadcrumbs left behind explaining what is actually taking place for me to play ignorant about it. And I ain't just talking about the obvious breadcrumbs like, The Simpsons and movies and things like that. Hey Hershey, peace and prosperity to you. So good to see you. I ain't even just talking about those. I'm talking about realistically the way the money has been moving, the way, all these different government programs have been moving. You know, I can't say specific details because, I'm going to say what I can say, but realistically, they've made it very clear that they was trying to buy this app for a long time. And they used a Trojan horse in the first place to do it. It's going wonderful, Hershey. How are you? It is so good to see you. Jesse, thank you so much for the glowing. Man, that is so cool. That's the first one of those I ever got. Thank you so much, Jess. That is awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. That was so cool. Yeah, that was cool. See why I swear they is like censoring every other comment my brother is making. And he ain't saying nothing but loving, peaceful things. I want to stop complaining, but it's just so interesting. That's why we're talking about this. This wasn't originally my topic of discussion. Thank you, Ellie. I appreciate you. That's another reason that's another reason why I made you a mod because it's like, I be in the flow of things and I be wanting people to be able to communicate with me. Like I love to talk to y'all. Again, that's another reason why this app is amazing. Is because we're able to communicate with each other. I want to talk to y'all. I want to get y'all reactions to the things I'm saying. I want that heartfelt exchange. You know, I don't want to just sit here and talk to myself. I could, you know. I got a big mouth. I can talk to myself all day. I like the sound of my voice, but I enjoy the reactions and the appreciation from y'all the most. So I feel like it literally is more than just a distraction when y'all are getting censored and I don't have control over it. It's more than just a distraction because it almost defeats the whole purpose. Like, cause I'm here not just for myself, I'm here for y'all, and we're sharing that experience. I want y'all to be able to communicate with me. I want to hear what y'all got to say, how y'all feel, you know, and to literally just be censoring loving comments. I could probably type all type of wild stuff in there. I bet you they don't censor that no more. But whatever. We are in a time where we're gonna see face talk come into real fruition. Yeah, I know, brother. I know you are absolutely right about that. We are at a time where we're gonna see that whole face talk thing really come into fruition. And I hate to say it, but the sad part about it is a lot of us are still gonna roll with it because again, at the base of this application was still creation. They can't even strip it down all the way or destroy it in entirety to take that part away from us. Myers Life Coach, Miss Source, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in. You're a perfect example of what I was referring to, Miss Myers, because realistically, your husband and your platform, there's no way I would have ever found a platform like that on Instagram, on TikTok. And for those who don't know, this is the Son of Source family. So if you see me post about Son of Source, the gentleman with the bowls and the amazing laugh and great attitude, I've been watching them now for approaching 2 years on TikTok. I ain't never seen nothing like that on Instagram. And I'm sure somebody on Instagram do, but I ain't never seen it. Same with YouTube. I'm sure somebody on YouTube doing it, but I ain't never seen them. I love y'all for real. And again, that's because this app was made for that exact type of exchange. Someone to come and display their art, display loving tactics, and sharing love with people, creating a positive environment, creating loving experiences, creating the opportunity to lift up your chakras and your energy. It creates that type of environment. That's an environment of creation and love. Love and creation, they go in hand in hand. My brother Team Roshan, peace and prosperity to you. Love and creation going hand in hand. Now, on the opposite side of that, intel gathering, you know, that's going more toward the nosy side, the sneaky side, that lower frequency side. Yeah, I had no idea what a great tool this could be for positivity till I start. Me too. Me too, Brittany. I agree with that 100%. I had no idea. And it literally, I have to be honest and say, good to see you, brother. Thank you so much for being here. I gotta be honest and say I fell into that loop when it initially came out because again, you had all the other apps bashing it. You had all the other apps bashing it. You had all the media trying to keep people off of it because again, it was the only one created for creation. And it's like, it's almost like it's beyond selfish. It's insane because how much intel can you gather on people? How much more information do y'all need from us? Like y'all been gathering information on those apps for decades now, to the point where we got AIs that can replicate anybody's face, anybody's voice, and I ain't even gonna go into the other stuff, you know. But how much more information do y'all need? To the point that we can't even have the balance. Hold on, the water on my phone got me pushing buttons I ain't push. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna just wipe it just a little bit here. All right, I appreciate you. Hey, Zions, peace and prosperity to you. Thank you so much for coming in. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all tapping the screen. Almost 10K likes is crazy. Oh, is it? Hold on. It's water right on the lens. There we go. That better? That's better. Thank you so much for coming in. It's good to see you. And but again, this app was not created with that in mind. This app was not created to as they like to say it is, to spy on us, to influence us. There is no influence here. We're the influence. And I see proof of that every day. Saying 10K likes is frowned upon with new T. What? Are you serious? Really, bro? That's wild. I believe you too. See? That's wild. Thank you so much for that information. I'm allowing myself to react to that for a second, but thank you for that information. Ooh, let me get some extra love from this tree. Oh, see, they so petty. That's so petty, man. And that is a perfect example of how we know factually that this is under a different regime. Because despite the censoring and the handicaps that we used to see occasionally on this app, what they never stopped people from doing was expressing themselves, and they never stopped people from creating. There was never a point in time where I could say that I saw any shift from this app. Hey, Big Tam. Oh, it's so good to see you. I ain't seen you online in so long. Good to see you, Big Tam Tam. So good to see you. I I've never personally seen opportunities where TikTok has taken against somebody. Thank you, Big Tam Tam. It is really good to see you online. You so funny. I miss your lives. I don't know when the last time you've been on live, but you are hilarious, and I'd love to see your lives again. Um, you know, there's been plenty of opportunity where they've had the chance to like go down that route, but it wasn't beneficial to the app. It wasn't beneficial to the app. And then what happens? The app has changed the free. I know. I know. And I know that's got to be true because the people I've interacted with have changed my frequency. I could talk about you and your husband all day, Miss Source, but when I tell you, I remember it was May, I want to say May or June of 2023. And I was rocking out, driving in the truck. I was driving through Tennessee, listening to y'all as your husband was playing the bowls. And he talking about manifestation. And I'm talking about while I'm driving, I could just feel the frequency just hit my head. And I was able to just visually start to manifest. And it was because we was on a loving high frequency, you know? Like obviously y'all are a reflection of of the energy y'all put out, the both of you. What y'all do in y'all private time and what y'all do with the app is a reflection of who y'all are. Y'all are loving, high frequency, high vibrational people. So when y'all put that energy out, y'all putting y'all music out, it is going to lift people up to be high frequency, high vibrational as well. And it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. I'll be all day talking about y'all. But it's a perfect example, bringing back full circle everything we're referring to. Because if we're putting love out, we're gonna get love back. If we're putting that energy out, we're gonna get it back. Oh, Sean, blessings, so good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. So many new no nos. Yeah, I know. But and it was never like that before. It was never like that before. It was like, again, because this app encouraged expression. It encouraged it. It encouraged creation. Though expression, that throat chakra release, again, that throat chakra release, that creation from the third eye, the download to see it and bring it forth in this app. The idea that we're able to just literally put anything and everything out there, and it'll say to you, like, hey, this is what you're putting out. You're going to play the piano. Brittany, you're going to play the piano. We're going to find people who want to listen to you play the piano. We're going to push this out to people who want to hear you play the piano, Brittany. I don't even know if she's still here, but I enjoy her playing the piano, so I just thought about that too. You know, for the Source family, we're we're going to find people who are looking for high frequency topics to come in and listen to your sound bowls. We're going to find people who are looking for advice and love to come in and listen to your sound bowls. You know what I'm saying? We out here in nature grounding. We're surrounded by loving, beautiful people because that's the energy that we're putting out. So we're going to attract that energy. I can speak about it in confidence that we're going to attract that energy. Everybody here is a representation of that. There's no low frequency people here. Everybody here is a loving, beautiful person. Everyone that's come in, giving their salutations, tapping the screen, sharing, all loving, beautiful people that I am proud to say I know and I'm proud to say I associate with. It's really it's really one of the coolest things about being here to begin with, because when God give you a mission, you're gonna take care of it by yourself if you have to. Like when I set my mission, I had no trouble doing it by myself if I had to. But I don't have to because I got y'all. I don't have to because I got y'all, and that's so cool. It's so wonderful, and it's to be expected. If you put loving out, you loving yourself to a level where you can share that love with others, you're gonna attract more loving, beautiful people. You're gonna keep attracting more loving, beautiful people. All of us are growing. All of us are getting better at everything we're doing, and so we're gonna keep attracting that loving frequency. Now, the secret to that is that everybody wants to be on the love frequency. Yes, gratitude plus love, that vibration could never be stopped. Exactly. And that goes right to what I'm saying now, is that everybody inherently wants that. Just a lot of people are tricked out of knowing that they want that. A lot of people are confused as to what to love instead of who to love. Let me say that again. A lot of people are confused about what to love instead of who to love. We don't love the whats. We don't love the whats. I'm not going to get into the fact that the atoms that make up everything is conscious. We're not going to that part of this topic when I'm saying this. I'm saying that we are loving inorganic objects that can't love you back. We are loving things that are no longer alive. We are putting our lives on the line, our stock into these things that can't even reciprocate that can't even give you that love back. I'd rather put my love into y'all. Y'all are a resource of love. I'm a resource of love. I give y'all some love and resource. Y'all give me some love and resource back. It's an even exchange. We both elevate. We both come up. Everybody's happy. If I'm focused on paper and materialistic things, it's not going to give me that same energy back. It's not going to give it back. You know? So all these different things that's in place to reciprocity, one of my favorite words. Look at them. What's wrong with reciprocity, TikTok? Somebody tell me, TikTok, what's wrong with the word reciprocity that you would censor that word? I know Facebook don't like reciprocity. You know why Facebook don't like reciprocity? Because they are an app that was invented to take. There's no giving with Facebook. Think about that for a second. Just think about that, right? Before Facebook had to make a marketplace to mimic TikTok, you didn't have no way of any type of real exchanges on that app. You know why? Because it's built to take. It's built to take information in, and not worry about what it puts back out. It doesn't have to have an even exchange. It wasn't built for even exchange. It was built to take, 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 take. And here we are on an app that's literally designed to amplify what you give, to lift up what you're doing. If you love it, they're going to find somebody else who love it, and y'all going to love it together. They're going to find it may only be 20 people in the world who may like your content, but they're going to find that 20 people and connect y'all together so y'all can enjoy yourselves together. Because that's the type of app this is, you know? So for us to have a point in time where Ellie could say reciprocity freely because we had an app that was about reciprocity, about getting what you give, and now, so obviously it kind of proves our point, right? What happened in the last couple months that this app would now start blocking the word reciprocity? Maybe because they don't believe in reciprocity anymore. Maybe their new owners are not about reciprocity. Maybe they're about taking, 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 taking. And so that word is foreign to them. That idea, that energy, that frequency is foreign to them. Thankfully, again, they can't just strip it away. They can't just strip it all away because it's been designed for love and creation in the first place. Thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate you. It was designed for that in the first place. So we may have to work a little harder and go around their obstacles, but we'll do it together. You know, they messed up and let us find each other in the first place. I can't say the line the way I want to, but it's like what Rick James said to Eddie and Charlie Murphy. They should have never gave you money. I can't. They should have never gave you money. Should have never gave us the money. Should have never gave us the opportunity. They should have never let us see that this is how social media is really supposed to work. They should have never let us imagine the fact that these apps can actually create and not just take. I love you, Brittany. I love your music. Thank you so much. Peace and prosperity to your family. Can't wait to hear you on that piano again. Thank you so much for coming in. You know, again, this is an app that was not designed to take. It's an app designed to create. You know, and it's came too far now. It's came too far. A lot of us, if you go on YouTube, which check out my YouTube, I do still want my backup plan for in case things ever go wrong. So I got a handful more followers I need on YouTube before I can go live on there and have that backup option. So follow us on the YouTube. I'll definitely post a replay from tonight on there as well. But I when I go through on YouTube and I'm putting up my posts, I look around and TikTok is a trending topic. You know why? Because I'm not the only TikToker who is using YouTube as a backup plan. It's 50 million people tagging TikTok right now on YouTube. That's no coincidence. Like-minded, beautiful people are all moving together in the same frequency. And we're going to be prepared this time for whatever happens next. Because now that the takers are trying to intercede on the givers, something's going to have to balance out. Something's going to have to balance out. And I don't know what that balance will be just yet, but we will definitely find out very soon. I feel it. Long before they have a chance to pull the curtain on whatever other plans they got in place, we're going to find out. Hawaii, it's snowing now, just as you predicted. I feel like I can blame you for this. Hey, Jay Renee. So good to see you. So good to see you. Man, you coming along. You can see the definition in your arm muscles now. You know what I'm saying? Jay Renee, you can see that you got that Hulk Hogan flex going on in the back muscle of your arms now. I see you. I see you. I gotta get back in the gym. Check out Jay Renee page, y'all. She is a beautiful. She is working out, working hard. And I'm talking about you can working hard. And I'm talking about you can see it. You was flexing. I said, oh, check her out. Let's go. I love it. I love the success. I love it. I'm always rooting for y'all. Always. Always. It's enough success for all of us. That's something else this app taught us. Think about that for a second. Instagram and Facebook had you believing if you weren't a part of a certain circle, if you weren't part of a certain society, if you weren't part of a certain group, you were not going to be viral. You were not going to make it in the social media world if you weren't already a part of that device. And then along come TikTok, and you got random people. You know, I remember the first time I seen somebody asking, I hate to say it like this, but it's being blunt because it's cold, asking for money on TikTok, right? Because they was in a bad situation. And of course, what do we all do? We recognize that person as being a real person in a real situation that was out of their control, and they asked for help. So what do? We loving people. Guess what? We helped them. Then they went viral. And then became a content creator. And now they're out here posting content about love and gratitude because of where they came from. Because the app, this is the only app where you can go and say, hey, I need help, and millions of people will help you. That ain't never happened. Instagram would never. Facebook would never. All the years that those apps was in place before TikTok even got here, you ain't never heard or seen anything like that. I didn't even know what GoFundMe was until TikTok. I didn't even know what it was. So now we got an app where the average person can work hard. Hey, Charlotte, peace and prosperity to you. Can work hard, be positive, and create a loving, lasting impact on people. Jay Renee, she what you would consider a normal person, but she's beautiful and hardworking. She loves herself. So we get to see this in her product as she displays on TikTok because that comes out of her. That comes out of her. It comes out of us. But the organic things that come out of us on an app built for creation are going to show who we really are. And it's going to show it to people who are like us as well. It's going to show it to people with the same type of mindset who love themselves and love others. And so I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. I'm always thankful. But I'm standing out here in the rain and the snow, telling y'all how much I love y'all because I do love y'all and I do appreciate y'all. Everybody here, the millions of people who are going to see this message in the future, I love y'all. We don't have to bend or break on love for anything or anybody. It's too late. They done gave us too much. We done seen too much now. It'll never be the same again. Thank you so much, Jay Renee. Love you back. It'll never be the same again. The whole universe has been scooped up by these actions. Hold on. Oh, really? See? And look at you. You putting. It's crazy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Source. We love you. We appreciate you. By the way, since I'm going to close out with this, because I like bragging on y'all, because I love y'all so much. Let me get my chain out. I had it tucked in because, it's cold and, it's snowing. You remember this one, right? Sonosaurus beads on Etsy. For anybody who's looking to get one just like mine, Sonosaurus beads on Etsy. Sonosaurus beads on Etsy. I was your very first contest winner, Miss Source. I was y'all number one first contest winner. And I went on to the page because y'all had the thing where you click the link and then you set the amount for how many tickets you want. Listen, this is what, 2 years old now. It's almost over 2 years old. Or at least, hold on, let me think. I can't remember exactly how. I wear this necklace almost every day. I'm a big, husky dude. I'm rough on my jewelry. This bad boy is holding strong. And it get compliments all the time. People compliment this necklace all the time. People compliment this necklace all the time. People love this necklace. Sonosaurus beads on Etsy, y'all. Sonosaurus beads on Etsy. I was our first contest winner. And what I put into the page for the entry, I said, that's my necklace. I'm claiming it now. And when your husband's Sonosaurus announced it, we talked about it in chat. Like I told you I was gonna win that. He like, you right, you manifested it, you know? And I've been loving on this necklace ever since. I've been loving on this necklace ever since. Again, those other apps weren't created for that. That would never happen on Meta nothing. That would never happen on Meta nothing. So whatever happens to this app, whatever happens in the future, I'm thankful because they can't take this chain away from me. They can't take the connections I've made away from me. They can't do it. I've seen too much now. We've heard too much now. It's too late. It's too late. We've become too powerful now. We've become too powerful. Thank you so much. Sonosaurus beads on Etsy. But yeah, it's getting pretty cold. I feel a tingle in my fingers now. And we're gonna go ahead and close out. Can't stop the love. Yeah. I'll be jabbing when you do that. I'll be jabbing. Can't stop the love. I love y'all. I appreciate everyone being here. I'm gonna make sure I post this replay on YouTube. Peace and prosperity towards gang. I'm gonna make sure I post this replay on YouTube. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming in, getting all the likes and all the shares. I really appreciate y'all for all the gifts as well. I love y'all. We'll definitely be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. tomorrow. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back. And until then, everyone, y'all have a peaceful and prosperous night.